Hello, welcome to Theosophy in Wales. I'm Dave Marsland. The second death. Now, Theosophy has two deaths. No need to be alarmed about that. I'll ease you into this gently and I'll begin with the first death. Now, the first death is what we know as death. It's the death of the physical body. The physical body ceases to function and it is ultimately discarded. And as far as the physical world is concerned, you're dead. But that isn't the end. The non-physical parts of you continue. And they continue in what's termed the desire realm or the spirit realm, known as Karmaloka. And in fact, just after physical death, the first death, you're actually no different, except you don't have a physical body. In fact, because cravings come from the desire body, the desire principle, if you want a cigarette when you're alive or you're desperate for a drink, you'll still want these things immediately after death. So that's something to think about there. Now, you enter Karmaloka, the desire realm. It has 7 levels, ranging from at the bottom, pretty dire, to the top, not a bad place to be. And you go in at the level appropriate to the sort of your level of spirituality and lack of attachment to earth life. Now, as you move up through Karmaloka, this is towards the second death. The second death comes at the end of your time in Karmaloka. You divest yourself of your earthly personality, the personality of your last life. And this consists of the loss of the lower mind principles and the desire principle. The two create the personality ego. And there's a new one for each life. You have a different personality in each life. Anyway, you lose these. They dissolve away, and at the same time, towards the end of your Karmalokic period, they separate from the higher principles, the reincarnating ego, which goes forward through the second death. The reincarnating ego consists of the highest level of mind, the Buddhic principle, the body of enlightenment, and the Atma, the divine spark in everybody. These are the reincarnating ego that continues. Now, the earthly personality, which is the remnants of your desire body and your lower mind principles, they form a shell and they will eventually dissolve away. But you leave those behind, which is effectively the as in the first death you leave your physical body behind, as in the second death you leave your personality ego behind. Okay, the reincarnating ego takes with it an aroma of mind, or really a distilled summary of the experience of the life you've just lived. A summary of what you've learned in your life. Also, you retain your identity, and you are now, or your reincarnating ego, your immortal principles, go into the second death, in which you enter a state, and I sometimes say place, but it is a state of Devachan. It's easy to refer to it as a place like the fields of Elysium in Virgil's Aeneid, but it is actually a state. So you go, your immortal principles go into Devachan, and you've left behind your personality, which will now just dissolve away. There'll be a shell left in Karmaloka that will dissolve away. Now, in Devachan, your reincarnating ego enters Devachan with the wisdom derived from the experience and knowledge from the life that you've lived. This is a state. You're in a state of bliss, and you still have your identity. I think this is important for fulfilling your spiritual aspirations that you had during earth life. In fact, if you didn't have any spiritual aspirations, you won't draw much benefit from Devachan. but the opportunity is there if you have. You still have your identity, and this will help with meeting people from Earth Life. And there was, people from Earth Life will be surrounded in a sort of virtual world. It's like virtual reality, they're not really there, but you will see them there, you will meet them there. And because in David Charn you've left behind your desire principle, everybody is excellent to each other, because it's impossible to have a negative thought in David Charn, because anything like anger and resentment and all that has dissolved away. So it is a very great state to be in, David Charn. You've all your earthly friends around you, you're fulfilling your spiritual aspirations. Unfortunately, it doesn't last. This exhausts itself, and you will move on. You'll lose your earthly identity from the last life, because you need a clean sheet for the next one, and you will prepare to go back into incarnation, and you will choose the best life available for what you need to learn. So there we are. They have the cycle of the initial first death, the physical death, then the death of the personality, leading to the second death and the entry into the state of bliss, David Charn, and then the preparation for your next life, in which you will choose the best life available for what you need to learn. So if you look at it, the life you're living now can be hard to believe sometimes, but you did choose it.